From Swamishri in the 4th chapter, titled Embracing All. Swamishri pushed back against dated customs and beliefs that women could only perform certain tasks or sevas within the organization. He would reprimand elderly bhaktas, devotees who reinforced the chauvinistic idea that women must cook or serve in the kitchen. He reminded me on several occasions that I should cook at home and give my mother time off. He would say, "Your mother, has a career and works hard. She does it to provide for you and the family. You should take on meal prep and cooking so that she can rest. I remember that she has health issues as well. Serve her as you would serve me. She deserves it." Despite maintaining distance, Swamishri was always keen to help within his maryada. His celibacy was not an excuse to avoid assisting whenever possible. Swamishri's car was soaring on the highway from Chennai to Bangalore, where he was to speak to a gathering of bhaktas, of devotees. Swamishri was focused on the pile of letters he had been given by his personal attendant in the back seat. While he was reading a letter, he felt the driver slam on the brakes. There was a car in the road that had suddenly pulled to the side. Swamishri asked the bhakta driving the car what was wrong with the other car. The driver stopped the car in front of the broken down vehicle and went to check on the two ladies standing distressed and panicked on the side of the road. He came back and shrugged his shoulders. "It is just a flat tire. They will figure it out." Swamishri protested. "No, it is getting dark soon. It is not safe for them to be stuck on the side of the road. I will wait here. Go help them out." The bhakta went and returned in a few minutes. "Swamishri, I can't do it. I need more hands. They will stop another car. Besides, we have to get to your sabha, your assembly." Swamishri was not convinced. "Well, you are not alone. Take the sadhus, the other monks." He instructed the sadhus to maintain their vows, but to help change the tire for the women. Almost 45 minutes later, Swamishri and the sadhus were on their way again. Swamishri would often say, "This is why we have become sadhus. To help people, whether in a mandir, a temple, or elsewhere, serving the divine through serving society, irrespective of social class, financial status, or gender, is the primary duty of a sadhu, of a monk." Swamishri took on the responsibility of guiding and raising countless young men and women. Tens of thousands of women wrote to Swamishri with their problems, seeking spiritual and personal guidance. Their letters were answered promptly and with pragmatic advice. Despite having to communicate with the women through the written word and intermediaries, Swamishri was able to relate to them in a way that was not condescending or distant, but rather spiritually intimate and inviting. As one young woman from Texas finishing dental school once said to me, "Everyone around me wanted something from me. Here was a guru, a father, a friend, whom I could write to without ever fearing judgment, disappointment, or selfish motives. He did not care about how I looked, what I earned, who my family was, or what my social status was. He just kept giving. I wrote 46 letters to His Holiness since I was 9 years old. He had someone respond to each one, and often even had a relative follow up to make sure that I was making progress on my spiritual and professional path. If that is called distance, then I cannot imagine what you would define as closeness." Another Bhai Bhakta, another female devotee from Canada, shudders when she recalls the discrimination and judgment that she faced her whole life. Her mother and father were from different social classes, varnas, which means castes, and religions. She heard whispers her whole life about her background, especially when it was time for marriage. She had one safe place, and that was in her communication with her guru. Finding a suitable partner has been a challenge that I have continued to face for almost 2 decades now, she said. My first challenge began after my engagement with a wonderful man broke off. Despite speaking to many potential partners who showed interest, all of them struggled with the fact that my mom came from a different caste or religion. The only time I felt safe, secure, and free to be myself was when I wrote to Swamishri. He responded to the letters with love and encouragement. I never felt discriminated against or dismissed in his presence. He answered dozens of letters with patience and generosity. I eventually got married, but that ended in a painful divorce. I then faced more discrimination because of my divorce and for being a South Asian woman living in North America. The only love that remained constant was the love of Pramukh Swami Maharaj. I feel it even today. And let us pause our reading of In Love at Ease there for now. So I thank you for listening.